Right, so this is going to be the first video in our new trading tips series. In this, we're going to cover different trading techniques, different trading methods, how to do them, what works, what doesn't, but we're going to look at the broader picture of how it's done, opposed to who to invest in, when to invest in them. So the first one we're going to do is the bronze pack method. The first choice you've got with this is whether you open 400 coin packs or 750 coin packs. The only difference in the pack is the extra 2 rares you get in this. But for that luxury, you're paying almost double the coins. Now, the reason most people prefer to open the 400 coin packs is because of the range of rare cards there are. You're much more likely to pick up contracts, manager contracts, badges, kits, stadiums, managers, anything that just doesn't really sell. The rare bronze players, although they can be fantastic, they're usually no better than the normal players. So the only bigger rare pools you're looking for are going to be the fitness cards and the healing cards, which sell for a load. So we'll jump straight into it and we'll open our first 400 coin pack. And then we'll have a little look at the contents, what sells, what doesn't sell, and how much you're going to be making from this method. So in our first pack, we open, it's pretty poor to be honest with you. We've got 2 contracts firstly. So the contracts are something I always keep in my club. I'm much happier to spend my time applying these to my players rather than buying gold contracts off the transfer list. This is going to take you a lot longer than just applying a gold contract, but if you've got a couple of minutes spare while you're watching TV or you're doing something different, you can save hundreds and thousands of coins over the course of FUT just by using these contracts you pull in the bronze pack method. We've also got the manager cards in here. Now, if the manager cards are from a decent league and a decent nation, then they will sell. But this guy here, he's Swiss and he's from a random league. He's not going to have much demand on the market. Now the same goes for the badges and the kits as well. Unless you get a super rare kit, it's very rare that it's going to sell. And the badges, it's very, very rare that somebody wants one of these. And if they do, the chance of them picking yours over the other 100 listed on the market are so slim that it's not worth taking up your transfer space with them. Then we move on to the players in the pack. So the first guy we get is a Saudi Arabian guy. He's not going to sell. The only benefit to him is, first choice you've got, you can discard him. Now you're going to be getting 18 coins from discarding this guy, which doesn't sound like a lot, but 18 coins towards the 400 you spent for the pack is a rather large chunk actually. The second option you've got is keep him and run him through the bronze upgrade. So this is where you submit 11 bronze players and it provides you with, I think it's 2 silver players. Then you can use those silver players in your squad builder challenges you need. You can build a team around them, or you can use the silver players to upgrade them to gold players, and so on and so forth. The other 2 players we get in here, we've got a Japanese player, and we've got someone from the O-Bundesliga who's Austrian. Again, if we just look at any of these players' prices, they're not going to be selling. There's going to be tons of them listed, all for 200 buy it now, and they're not going to be selling. So apart from the contracts, which are worth keeping, everything else in here is going to be discarded. So in the first pack, we're about 315 coins down. We still have the players which we would have kept normally if I was on my trading account or if they weren't duplicates or if I wanted to run them through the upgrade. But for the purpose of this, we're just going to discard them. So jumping into the second pack on the bronze pack method, hopefully we'll pick something up a little bit different. It's going to be another non-rare player. He's from Denmark, I think. I'm not sure the league. So again, we've been really unlucky with the players again in this pack and the rest of the contents. So this pack's got 3 random players. None of these leagues are commonly used. None of them are used in any of the squad builder challenges. And if we take a look at a random one of them on the market, we're going to find that he's not selling again. It's always worth checking the players you pack to make sure they're not selling. But you can pick up pretty quickly what sells and what doesn't. So they're not duplicates, so we're going to store those in our club. We're going to keep all the contracts. As we mentioned before, the badges, the kits, they aren't worth keeping because they just don't sell. If we have a look at this one, for example, the Southend United kit, you can see tons of them on the market for 200 buy it now, and they're just not moving. It's just not worth filling your transfer list with it. As for training cards, some of them sell occasionally, but it's so rare. We're never going to sell a goalkeeper diving bronze card for 200 coins. Just nobody's going to be buying it. So the rest of this pack again is going to be discard. Now you may be thinking we've opened 2 packs, we spent 800 coins now, and we have 6 players in our club, and that's it. The bronze pack method comes in waves. Sometimes you get really good luck, Sometimes you get really poor luck and sometimes you get average luck, but it will even itself out overall. Like in this pack, for example, we've got 4 players, is it? 4 players again, but we're going to make an absolute killing on this pack. So the first player is a League One rare. He's got decent pace for a centre midfield. There aren't many of him on the market. So if we have a quick look here, we've got 2 listed up for 200 coins, 1 for 550, and then it jumps up to 800. If you're listing him up for 200 coins, he will sell. It might take a couple of relists, but he will sell, and that's half the price of your pack already made back from him. The next card in this pack is a guy from Liga NOS. So he's a centre-back, which are usually some of the better cards. Having a quick look at his price, the cheapest one on there is 200, but there's only one of him up there. So if you're listing him for 200 as well, he will sell. So you've got 400 coins from these 2 players. You've got 4 contracts which you're going to keep in your club. You then have 2 more players at the end here. So the first guy's a Japanese again. He's not going to sell. The problem with him is it's a bad league and he's not needed for any squad builder challenges. But then if we look at this next player, he's from MK Dons. And I recognise his face immediately. MK Dons players, people are buying them at the moment because of the hype for the Player of the Month that's coming out on Friday. So Dele Alli only had 1 previous club and it was MK Dons. So this guy's selling for, this has just been listed, so about 700-800 coins. So this pack here pays for this pack and the previous 2 packs. Plus, on top of that, we've now got about 10 contracts in our club and about 10 other players that we haven't sold up till now. So as you can see, it just comes in waves. Sometimes you'll get the really bad packs. Sometimes you'll get absolutely amazing packs like you just saw then. Like in this one, we've got an Ajax player who's from a league that's needed for the squad builder challenges. Because he plays for a fairly big club, I'm not sure if he's going to sell. But I'd be completely wrong with thinking that. There's 5 of him on the transfer list. The cheapest one is 700 coins. So we're going to be listing him on the transfer market. Maybe undercutting by 50, selling him for 650. That pays for this pack. Plus, it gives you 250 coins towards the next bad pack. This guy, again, bad league, bad nation. He's not going to be selling. But then we come across this. So he's just a normal English player from League One. All English players seem to sell. You might have to relist them a few times. But if we have a look here, there's only a couple of him on the market for 200 coins. After 2 or 3 relists, the chances are he is going to sell. So it's always worth listing up your English players. We've also got an Irish guy at the end. So we're coming up to St. Patrick's Day, and a lot of people are preparing for this. We're going to see loads of him on the market, but Irish players, because of this, is something that I've had great success with selling again. He's from the Irish League, he's not from the English leagues, which usually makes him a little bit more desirable, but they're always worth listing while you've got space on your transfer list. So we're 4 packs in from now, and as you can see, we've already made profit from it. Plus, we've got a club full of stuff. We still haven't seen any healing cards, any fitness cards, or any squad fitness or squad healing cards. But we do now. So, contracts firstly. We're going to store them in our club, use them, and save money not using gold contracts. Player fitness cards. Now, these are fantastic. These always sell. You're going to have to relist them a few times usually, but players are always buying these cards, especially during Weekend League. As you can see, there are tons of them on the market already, and it might make you think, well, they're not going to sell, but they do. And I was dead against this when I started this method, but these always sell, and 9 times out of 10, they sell for the 200. It's just going to take you a few relists of it. So that's 400 coins from them. Then we get 2 English players in the pack. This guy's from the Premier League, and as you can see, there aren't many of him on the market again. Maybe 20, so he's going to sell from a couple of relists, and most likely it's going to be the same with this right back who's English as well. As you can see, there's not tons of him on the market again. Maybe 15, 20 again. They will sell, they're just going to take you a few relists to get. So we've come across fitness cards, we've come across contracts, we've come across players. This is how simple the bronze pack method is. You're literally sitting here, opening packs, checking the price of the players, storing other items in your club, and then selling the rest. So we've got another one here. He's from the Russian League, which is another squad builder challenge out at the moment. And if we have a quick look here, the cheapest for him is 2,100 coins on the market. We could undercut this, selling him for, say, 1,900 coins, and that will pay for the next 5 bronze packs we open. That's absolutely ridiculous value there. We've also got a goalkeeper from the Pro League. Now, goalkeepers are a bit harder to sell usually. As you can see, there's quite a few of him on the market already. He's definitely worth listing up. He probably will sell eventually after a few relists, but it just might take you a while. So that's 1900 from the first player, 200 from the next, 200 from the fitness card. That puts us at 2300 from the pack. The kicking card, again, it's not going to sell. No one's going to pay 200 coins or 150 for +5 kicking on their goalkeeper. The pink kits, now kits are very, very rare and hard to sell. The pink kits used to be in a big demand, but as you can see, even they're not selling anymore. So we just discard the rest. We keep this player in our club, we discard him if he's a duplicate, or we'd run him through the upgrade challenge if we decided to. So from the 6 packs we've opened, you've got a huge understanding of how this actually works, how simple it is. There's no hidden techniques or tactics to this. You're literally just opening packs, comparing prices, and then listing them on the market. Again, we've got another player from the Premier League. He's a Bournemouth keeper this time. Barely any of him up there. So if we're listing him for 200 coins, he's going to sell. We've got another 3 contracts to keep. We've got another fitness card that's going to sell for 200. Now the rare attribute cards, you can list these. Again, it's going to be hard to sell them, especially the goalkeeper ones, but it doesn't do any harm listing them. If you've got space on your transfer list, you might as well at least attempt it. And then the rest of it is going to be discard for us again. So we're just going to open a couple more just to see if we get any different cards to explain in these. But it's the most simple trading method there is. You've just got to make sure you stay on top of your transfer list. So if you've got stuff selling, then you need to make sure that you're relisting it as close to every hour as you can. And then as soon as you've got another 10, 20 slots, you can start opening more packs, relisting it. If you're on top of it and you're constantly relisting, you can make anywhere up to maybe about 100,000 coins a week from this. It all depends on how much time you put into the method. So in this pack, we've got another rare player, we've got 2 contracts, and we've got a fitness card. So that's 200 coins from the fitness card. These players at the end we've already got, so we're just going to discard them. So you could say we made a little bit of a loss on that pack. Maybe about 50 coins after we sold the fitness card, but we've got contracts in our club, then we've got the players, so overall we're probably going to break even when we decide what we want to do with it. So this pack again is a really poor one. We've got 1 contract, 1 manager contract, a Korean player, then a hell of a lot of badges and kits. Then at the end of it, we've got a Korean, a Japanese, and someone from the Argentinian league. They're not going to sell at the moment, so I'm just going to discard those straight away. We might make this our last pack here. We open it, we get another rare player. I think, is it Faroe Islands, that badge? That flag? No, it's Georgia. He's from League 1. So League 1 has got another squad builder challenge going at the moment. And that is ridiculous luck. Look at that. He sells for 3,400 coins. That's absolutely incredible. Not only that, we've got a Liga NOS player, a CDM in this pack. So we have a quick look at his price. He's going for about 200 coins. There's a lot of him on the market, but he is going to sell if you relist him a few times. We've also got 3 contracts to keep, another 200 coin in the fitness card. We've even got 100 coin unlocked just here. So we've made about 3,000, maybe even 4,000 coins profit from that 1 pack alone. Now, when you're attempting this, you're not going to get the kind of luck that I've just had here. We've pulled 2 absolutely huge players in these packs, and we're probably not far off of 10,000 coins profit when we would have sold everything if I was on my trading account and not my main account where I don't need the coins. But when you're doing it, you're going to get much, much, much more average luck. And that's not a problem. It adds up over time. As you can see, this is the kind of pack that you're normally going to see. No players that are worth much, 3 contracts, and the rest of it is just absolute trash. That's absolutely fine though, because we're going to keep the players like we said before. We can then run them through squad builders, or we can just keep them in our club until a squad builder comes out where we need these players. So marquee matchups, so many times these have been released. And just these players in my club have been selling for 4,000 coins a piece. We've got another fitness card, so that's half the value of the pack back already. We've got a load of kits. We've got someone from the Scottish Prem, from the Saudi League, and from the 2nd Italian Division. I'm just going to check the price of this Scottish guy. Again, he might sell after a few relists, But if you're short on space on your transfer list, or you'd rather just be opening packs, it's not worth putting them up there. So this is definitely going to be the last pack we open. It's going to be a non-rare player in this one. What else are we going to have? We're actually going to have probably one of the worst packs that we've opened so far. We do get 5 players, so if I didn't have so many duplicates in my club, this would be a fantastic pack. We would be listing the guy from Ireland, and then the rest of them we would be just storing in our club to use at a later date. So, just to recap while this last pack goes on then, we want to be opening bronze packs, ideally the 400 coin packs. We want to be selling any player that has any kind of value or demand on the market. Even if it's 200 and takes a few relists, it's worth listing them. We want to be storing all the contracts in our club so we can use these instead of the gold contracts, because over time we're going to save a fortune from not having to buy them. Another one that we can finally touch on is injury cards, healing cards. So most of these will sell. As you can see, the upper body healing, it sells for about 400 coins, 450 coins. That alone is going to pay for this pack. Then we have 2 fitness cards, which also sell for 200. Might take you a few relists again, but you are going to be able to get rid of them. So we've doubled the value of our pack already. Then we have 2 players. So with the players, remember you're looking for what we mentioned before, plus anyone from a big league or from a squad builder challenge. So this guy here, he's from the Bundesliga. He's selling for 200 coins. There's quite a few of him on the market, but after a few relists, he probably will sell. Just prioritize what you're listing with the amount of slots you've got available, and make sure you stay on top of how often you relist these items, just to ensure you're getting the most value out of it. If you did find this useful at all, or you do like this series, let me know down below, and if you're new, please drop a subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching, guys.